flattest it's been all year.
It's bigger than when I was...
I really, really love living here, eh? Yeah, just came off night shift, finish at 7 o'clock, and yeah, usually get home, see the kids off to school, have a little stretch and go and start looking for a wave, which almost always starts here. It's funny because you walk up here and there'll be a pack of people there checking the verge, and they'll like all kind of staunch you, and then you keep walking past them and look over there. It's funny, like you always think that's a little nuisance, that heap of rocks out there, that little inside bit, the bit that's sticking out of the water.
Yeah.
It's actually kind of a fun wave. There's waves out there.
Flies buzz around a homemade irrigation. The labels on the bottles sag in condensation.
Unsheathed.
Can hear the crunch of tires in the backyard gravel. Sister leans on Grandpa's shovel, and the heat twists the air like crinkled cellophane, and it shimmers too like spilled kerosene round the driveway drain.
Have a go on this apple tree. It's 55 litres.
Brother, one more day. You can still see the cricket on the TV from the back veranda. So the men stand around like headless agapanthus. But you watch the Rosellas and people, a perfect sky. And you feel perfect too, but you can't say why. Now Dave wears long sleeves to cover up the track marks on his arms just in case. But he can't hide what's written in the rings and the lines of his face. But I had never seen a sun set through the gums like that before. And would it really matter if it was the last thing you ever saw? One more day. One more day. One more hour. As the sun dips behind the Telstra tower. So think of all the things that you would say. One more day. One more day. Coils burning in the poolside patio. Brother, we got skyhooks for the wireless radio. There's this picture of Dad and Grandpa and myself. Rows of beads and candles burning on the cluttered shelf. My Grandpa did it in one August night with a sawn-off shotgun beneath my breath. Don't ask me where he fucking got one.
Far out. Don't keep this under wraps.
It's a little beast, eh?
Did you build it from scratch?
Oh, I did a fair bit too. I did bare metal spray on it and that.
Yeah.
Years ago. But it died up now.
You're doing very well. G'day, Adam here from Wollongong. I'm riding foil drive, and I'm here to tell you a bit of a story, I suppose. Yeah, so back in 2007, I got into the fire brigade, and so I've been doing it for about 18, 19 years now, if my maths are right. And we're doing 24-hour shifts now, and that means I get to spend a lot of time in the water, and also a lot of time with the kids. So kind of like the perfect day, once I'm finished rescuing cats out of trees, I'll motor on home at about 7 a.m, get home about 1:15 and see the kids for a good hour or so. And then, because I'm not battling against crowds or trying to do anything like that, I just kind of really lazily mosey on down to the boat ramp, which is, where we went this morning. And pretty much, if I can't find a wave there, I'm going to be absolutely scraping for one, because that spot has all the options. It's funny, it all did kind of lead. It was good having like the shift worker lifestyle and being able to spend the last 18 years, probably I can consider it the prime, when you're at your fittest. I've been able to just spend like so much time in the water. It's kind of like backwards, like a 9 to 5 will be 5 days at work, 2 days, in the water on the weekend, a bit angry. And then like there'll be days when I actually don't go in the water because I'm just completely satisfied. One of the best things, like the efficiency, the bang for your buck, you go out, you get your foil drive. You saw this morning, I can drive up and check that spot without even getting out of my car. I'll be like 2 meters from the water, be done in 40 minutes. Like if I want to do 2 batteries kind of all the way down, do your 20 Ks, and I'll be home by early arvo, then I can, late morning, put on a good dinner for the kids. One thing I found when I started foiling, and I know pretty much anyone who foils will understand this, is I got obsessed with it. And it did really, like at the start, it was hard to get a good balance. I was just out all the time. And like you go for a downwind, you're gone from 11 o'clock till about 4 o'clock. Your wife's angry at you, you don't see the kids, you get home, they don't want to know you. Whereas now, like you can go down the ramp, even let's take downwinding for example, I can be back home in, I can be home in about an hour 15, and you've done as much as anyone else. And spending all that time around the kids, you definitely, you notice a difference in them as well. I think there was a little bit of selfishness I needed to overcome at the start of foiling. Just such an urgency with it. It was just it was like finding the pot of gold. Well, I think this is a little bit cliched, but it's totally true. Like, happy husband, happy life. I go out and have, hour and a half in the water, come home and I'm glowing. I'm more patient with the kids, get to do more activities with them. I don't want to just watch them sitting around on screens and stuff like that. I actually like to take them to do stuff, go for a bike ride, go down the beach, collect shells and make some art or something like that. We've actually got a van down at Dolphin Point, and the foil drive has been especially handy down there because, when we go away on holiday, I don't want to be away surfing the whole time. My wife is very understanding, but there's only so much that she'll understand. Yeah, it's definitely helped me be a better father. And once the kids are gone, I can go and foil all day because no one's going to stop me. But now there's a pretty critical time. I don't want to waste it. I'm not going to get it back. The kids aren't going to Benjamin Button on me, so. One of my criticisms of foil drive at the start was it was very, very lonely and selfish. Like, you boys would always be going for foils and I'd just brush you. And I'd even find like if I went, all right, I'll go for a downwinder with you, and if I had to wait 15 minutes for someone, I was just like, come on, man, like, what's going on? And then I realized that it was, it wasn't the best, and I was like, all right, I'm going to stick to myself. And then now there's been a lot more foil drivers. We've got like group chats and everything. And the boys, there's a lot starting to pop up. And it's good. It's really good being able to, be social and help people out with all of the technical stuff that I fumbled around with at the start. And, any of the ideas that you've seen me do, like today or in this video or anything like that, I didn't make any of them up. I probably got most of them off the Facebook group. That's a wealth of information, that is. And also, like, a lot of the people that I'm meeting through it's a different crowd again from the original proning crowd, and that's awesome. Like, I do love the people that foiling let me meet initially, like when we first started foiling, and then like now it's happening all over again because there's a fresh batch of people coming through. yeah, what did we have out today? Like 5, and I reckon probably like 2/3 of that group chat didn't even come down. So I believe a lot in self-regulation. We've done really, really well with that. You know, like just letting everyone know that their stakeholders, like for example, the group chat, you just kind of explain to the boys, you know, like the etiquette, 99% of people are on board, and then, you know, everyone's kind of spreading the same message, and especially if we can all go foil at the same spots and there's no one around, like we have no excuse here in Wollongong. Like, not everyone's as lucky as we are around here. Not everyone has ways where they can, you know, be as, you know, I've said things before, like if you're close enough, if you're worried about how much noise your prop is making, you're too close to people. And then I'm like, well, not everyone can actually go as far away from everybody else's. So we're very lucky here. That has been something that was the whole reason I came into foiling, was like crowds and etiquette and all that type of stuff. And yeah, something I've been really passionate about. And the group chats are good for that. And I think we can definitely, it's probably not as dire as we think it is. I remember when we all started proning, and like there'd been about a year of proning, and our community had grown to about 15 people, and we're all sitting around going, oh, there's going to be too many proners. There's going to be too many proners. And then downwinding came along and pretty much all the proners started. Yeah, there's none now. And the same thing will probably happen with foil drive. Like as those guys get better, they'll all start downwinding. Yeah, I think as long as we all kind of, if someone's doing the wrong thing, you've got to say something, and never in a bad way. Like I reckon 99% of all of the arguments or negative communications is because someone hasn't spoken to someone. You know, you don't need to yell at someone. You just kind of have a chat with them. Everyone, like, we know at the foiling, this isn't surfing. Like, we're not all staunching each other in the car park. Yeah, I do hope when we're 70, there's something around like foil drive, because those boys are ripping today. Get scared of getting older, and they had nothing to be scared about today. That was good. They were finger blasting their way through the God. No, not even. There you go. Alright, if it's wind pad, you don't want to get cold while you're foil driving.
You can't change course on a bareback horse unbroken. So as the rain poured down on that worldly town, I watched from the old weather station. My sweet Mary Ann with a brand new man on rotation.
Well done.
Big smiles are the
Sarah's my virtual girlfriend at foil drive.
Swipe right, swipe right. Oh, that's gold. I don't know, I'm not really spitting out any pearls of wisdom. I'm blaming night shift.
I reckon it's